1051.
It's Pal 1051. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. We have a legend in the building.
He's always
That's what they say. That's what they say.
We have the homie Tech N9ne here. Good morning, sir.
How do you do, brother?
How is everything?
I'm kicking it like a donkey.
Now, the first time I really felt the experience, of Tech N9ne was I was doing Sucker Free when Sucker Free was around.
I remember this. You were excited. You went to Kansas City.
I didn't go. They sent the whole. They wouldn't allow me to go. They sent the whole Sucker Free team down there.
Yeah, they did.
And they showed basically how Tech N9ne, his process of doing music.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool. I was like, but everything's always exaggerated when you look at it. I was like, that gotta be exaggerated.
No.
And then when the numbers came back for that Sucker Free episode, that was the biggest Sucker Free episode ever.
Yeah, I heard
Ever.
that. I heard that.
Ever. Any artist, Tech N9ne had the largest Sucker Free audience. And I was like, wow. And then I just started doing my homework and seeing how big he was. And it was just amazing to see how somebody who's not on a major makes way more money than a lot of these artists on major, has a touring life that's bigger than a lot of these artists out there.
Yeah.
He was the #3 touring artist at one point in the country.
Yeah, it was like Kanye, it was Jay-Z, and it was like me. That's crazy.
That doesn't sound right. So explain your magic, or what are you doing to people? Explain it.
It's been under the radar for a long time, man. But what a lot of artists don't realize is that if you want to be the hip hop president, you got to get out there and politic. And how do we politic? Through music, through hip hop. We get out there and we tour. We get out there and we have merchandise. You know, people are walking billboards. So if I make a Tech N9ne hat or a Tech N9ne G-string or whatever it is we make, we got a lot of things. We do got Tech N9ne G-string.
I know. I was like, G-string. I never.
Oh my God, they got my face on it and everything. You know what I'm saying? But
That's an interesting place for your face to be.
That's I mean, that's what my face is supposed to be, right?
Okay, yes.
That's why you got a beard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I forgot what I was talking about. But anyway,
touring.
but it's all about touring and merchandise, man, and having a good product. You know what I mean? And thank the Lord that I have a product that people still want to hear.
Now, how did you take that route? Most artists wouldn't want that route, and especially for you who've been in the game for a long time. They want the major label, the big videos, the big budgets.
I had that. I had that. My first deal was '93 with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Respect to them.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yeah, man.
Janet Jackson, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that ain't all though. That ain't all. That's more moguls that signed me.
Okay.
It's been 20 years.
Yeah. So '93 was Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Perspective A&M. '97 was Quincy Jones, Quest and Warner.
Quincy Jones.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? So after that, it was Interscope and J-Core, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like 98 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? 98, 99. And after that, I went through so much bull with the majors, with them wanting me to be a drone. They wanted me to do what everybody else was doing, but I always been to the left. I always been strange. You know what I mean? There's always been a hint of rock and roll with my hip hop. You know what I'm sizzling? So it's like I met my partner Travis O'Gwen like late '99 in Kansas City, Missouri. He said he was a big fan of my music, and he was already a self-made millionaire, you know what I mean, from a furniture business. And he said, what does it take for you to get you on TV and get you on radio? You know, I said, it takes a lot because I'm different, da-da-da-da. He said, well, I have a lot. I'm already a millionaire, da-da-da-da. So we did a partnership, a joint venture, and we started Strange Music, and I named it Strange Music because I'm a big Doors fan. Word to Jim Morrison, and rest in peace, Jim Morrison and Ray Manzarek, who just passed. I just did a song with them on my new album. You know what I mean? So we started.
You did a song with the Doors?
Yes, I did.
The remaining members.
Yeah. The remaining members, and Jim Morrison is on the chorus. It took a lot to do it, but we did it. And thank the Lord that it worked. And it's still working, and I'm here with y'all talking about my new album about to come out July 30th.
I'm glad you thank the Lord, because for the longest time, I thought you was a devil worshiper.
Everybody thought
who
that.
had a cult and was going to lead a bunch of kids to
I
kill
thought-
themselves at a
that's what-
concert one night.
Well,
You know, it's funny because my intern said the same thing. Like, I'm scared of Tech N9ne. And
Yeah,
I
I've
said,
heard
you know
that.
what? You got to meet him because he's really the nicest person and he's not a devil worshiper.
people
I
feel
definitely thought you was a devil worshiper.
people fear what they don't understand and what they can't control because they can't control it. You know what I mean? So if I come out here and I got face paint on, you know what I'm saying? To me, I look more like my ancestors than most of these. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it's like I've always been different. But if I did have a cult, truly indeed, if this is a cult that I'm leading, the message I'm giving is love. It's not hate. You know what I mean? This is a message of beautiful music. I'm sharing my life experiences, whether they be bad or good. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot. It threw people for a loop when I came out with Angelic. Me as the angel in purgatory would liberate me on my arms, and the hands from heaven trying to grab me, and the hands from hell trying to pull me down. You know what I mean? Being in the middle, good and bad. You know what I mean? So once I told the story of an angel looking into the well of temptation and falling within the pit of demons and accepting drugs and alcohol like I did as I was a drug addict, the result is the beast, and I had on a devil suit. You know what I'm saying? And with black folk, you can't wear no devil suit nowhere.
Hell no, you either Illuminati or a Satan worshiper.
You know what I'm saying? But I went from angel to demon. You know what I mean? And I thought that I would paint that picture, and they didn't see the angel. They just saw the devil suit from the movie. What's the movie? No, this ain't no funeral home, and it ain't the Terror Dome. Hip hop. No. Welcome to hell. Tales from the Hood.
Tales from the Hood. Yeah.
I had the same suit.
I'm about to say hip hop Hollywood. Tales from the Hood.
I had the same suit. You know what I mean? With the producers who made that movie. You know what I mean? And black folk didn't take to that, so they started. My people started disappearing from my shows because my imagery. But my
You sure you wasn't sacrificing?
Oh no. I mean, if sex means sacrificing, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you know what I'm sizzling. But I ain't never taught nothing but love. And I was brought up in a Christian house. My mom married a Muslim when I was 12. Ran away from home when I was 17. I've been doing music, you know what I'm saying? Wrote my first rhyme in '85 when I was in 7th grade. So started doing it professionally in '90. Got my first deal in '93, which you know the story. Right. But the devil ain't had nothing to do with it. But it's just the imagery is strong. And when you look at the new album cover, you're like, we knew it, because it's a fiery crown on my head.
Gotcha. You
know what I mean? But it's also a transparent heart with wings. You know what I'm saying? It means evil brain, angel heart. Everybody got it. You know what I mean? You know, so the things that go on in your head, you might not want to share with a lot of people.
Now, did you go to school? Did you go to college?
No.
He just told you he was a drug addict.
That doesn't mean
Now
you go to college.
What was your drug of choice, by the way?
It was ecstasy, shrooms, acid,
Molly's
GHB.
before y'all was doing
Yeah.
Those ain't drugs. That's a
Now,
party.
but you are clean now. Let's.
The way I was doing it was
Stop
drugs.
it,
I did 15
Charlamagne.
pills in one night and almost died.
Damn.
Yeah.
But you
yeah.
have been clean now for how long?
Like 8 years now.
For 8 years.
Yeah, but I still drink.
Right, but you
I
don't.
drink you under the table.
I don't know. You were a little drunk the other night when I saw
Yeah,
you.
but I was on like 7 drinks when you came in, though.
It's nothing.
I got something for you leave.
What you got?
Some good Remy V, white Remy.
Remy V.
You gonna like it.
Okay.
Now explain to the people how you set up your whole everything. I mean, your warehouse and all that. Like, you know, it amazes me because a lot of artists don't think like that. A lot of people don't think like that. You know what I mean? Especially us.
Yeah.
You know, you look at, you're talking about, you know, you look at a lot of white people and they're not into a lot of the stuff that we're into. They're into creating their business and then they start buying that stuff. But we buy that
White
first.
people.
Yeah, I was
I
was lucky to run into a partner
who's white,
like Travis O'Gwen. Yeah, he's Irish, but he black.
I'm Irish
real,
too.
You know what I'm saying? And he's a big fan of hip hop. And that was the first dude, you know, we went to go look for houses. You know, we always look for houses like, okay, I'm going to stay here, you're going to stay there, da-da-da-da. But when we started looking for buildings, it was just another level of the game. He's like, Tech, come with me, man. We got to move into a bigger spot. I'm like, where we going? He's like, we're going to go look at this big building. And we went into it, and it was, you know, raggedy and everything. And we had people go in and fix it up how we wanted to, man. It's such a fortress. And it's like, I love the guy, man, for showing me something else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Something else.
Yeah, something else. And since then, we've bought 2 more buildings because we ran out of space with all that space. How big is it, man? I don't forgot. Yeah, 18,000 square feet.
The first building, is that the one that was featured in the Source?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And since then, we bought another spot.
But you had your own plant. Like, you're doing everything.
Yeah. By the grace of God, man. You know what I mean? And it's because I feel like real-ish always shines. You know what I mean? And if I just stick to what I've been doing and not conform for no amount of money, I'm good. That's what's gotten me here.
So you press your own T-shirts, your own product, your own CDs,
we
all
do.
that on your own stuff.
Yeah.
That's
we
amazing,
do, man. We do,
I salute you. That's amazing.
And we're running out of people. You know what I'm saying? We need more people. You know what I mean?
I'm free on weekends. What about you? You need an extra job right now. She just bought a house.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it yet.
She's buying it.
Inspected.
Would you ever sign to a major? Like, do you ever feel like, okay, I got the
Hell
money?
no!
Shut the F up. You're not Tech N9ne. You got the you got the money and everything, but you know, maybe you feel like, hey, I want a little more fame.
I think we getting there, man. I think we getting there with the radio thing. The radio ain't never been our strong point, you know what I'm saying, or video, you know what I mean? But things are changing. You know, a lot of major artists are wanting to work with me now, man. You know, I'm sizzling. And that's why I say real-ish always shines. You know, I wouldn't have been able to make it on the Carter 4 with Wayne. I didn't even know who Wayne was before he spoke my name when he was in Rikers. So I went up to Rikers and told him thank you. He said, when I get out, it's on. And
You didn't know who Lil Wayne was?
No, I didn't know.
You never met him
I never
personally?
met him. I didn't know what kind of person he was or nothing. I didn't think I'd be able to stay in there for 10 minutes and talk to him. What we gonna talk about?
So you went up to Rikers not knowing who Lil Wayne was, never met him
No, I knew
before?
who he was,
Right.
but I've been a fan, but I didn't know him as a person. I never met him before.
Explain that experience. What made you go to Rikers? He's
Well,
locked up. He's got to serve a year.
This the thing. Funkmaster Flex was doing something, interview on the inside with him or somebody, and he said, "Who do you want to work with when you get out?" And I'm in the studio working on my Bad Season mixtape. with
Not
Who
in New
Kid,
York.
Who
You're back home.
Who Kid? Who Kid came down to Kansas City, and we're gonna do my first mixtape.
Shout out to Who Kid.
Yeah. So, he says to Funkmaster Flex, asked him, "Who you want to work with when you get out?" And he said, "I want to work with my man Tech N9ne and Andre 3000." I was like, did he just say Tech N9ne? You know what I'm saying? He ain't never met me. I never met Wayne, but he's been a fan since the Wake Up Show, me doing the anthem in '99, I think it was. And that's what he told me when I went to Rikers. So I was coming out here like a week like this, like press week, and the OGs, OG Muggs, you know what I'm saying? OG Macho with Fat Joe and EI and everybody over there, Wayne, they put it together for me to go up to Rikers and tell them thank you. And we talked for like 3 hours, man, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I got on the Carter 4. So elevating, you know what I mean?
It's out there.
He was the #3 touring artist at one point in the country.
Yeah, it was like Kanye, it was Jay-Z, and it was like me. That's crazy.
That doesn't sound right. So explain your magic, or what are you doing to people? Explain it.
It's been under the radar for a long time, man, but what a lot of artists don't...
First time I really felt the experience, of Tech N9ne was I was doing Sucker Free when Sucker Free was around.
I remember this. You were excited. You went to Kansas City.
I didn't go. They sent the whole. They wouldn't allow me to go. They sent the whole Sucker Free team down there.
Yeah, they did.
And
Power 105.1.
It's Power 105.1. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. We have a legend in the building.
He's always
That's what they say. That's what they say.
We have the homie Tech N9ne here. Good morning, sir.
How do you do, brother?
How is everything?
I'm kicking it like a donkey.
Now, showed basically how Tech N9ne, his process of doing music.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool. I was like, but everything's always exaggerated when you look at it. I'm like, that gotta be exaggerated.
No.
And then when the numbers came back for that Sucker Free episode, that was the biggest Sucker Free episode ever.
Yeah, I heard
Ever.
that. I heard that.
Ever. Any artist, Tech N9ne had the largest Sucker Free audience. And I was like, wow. And then I just started doing my homework and seeing how big he was. And it was just amazing to see how somebody who's not on a major makes way more money than a lot of these artists on major, has a touring life that's bigger than a lot of these artists.